Welcome back, everybody. Today I'm going to be shedding light on how to quickly generate revenue post losing an employee job. So how do you generate revenue in an expeditious manner post losing an employee job? Without further ado, without further delay, allow me to demystify that answer to that inquiry right here, right now. Fortunately, much to your relief, much to your elation, there are a myriad of options to be able to generate revenue in an expeditious manner post losing an employee job. What are they, you may ask? Well, you have the autonomy to embrace being a freelancer. You can register on freelance platforms and you can offer gigs, or you can make proposals to accept gigs. You can find clients on freelance platforms such as Upwork and Fiverr. These platforms can allow you to immediately find work as a freelancer. However, just bear in mind that you may need to undercut yourself and be willing to work for far less than you'd be keen on doing so if you want to be able to immediately find work and generate revenue in an expeditious manner. What is another way to immediately generate revenue post losing an employee job? Well, you have the autonomy to become a gig economy worker. You can register on gig economy applications. Gig economy companies will line you up with gigs that you have the autonomy to accept or decline. You could become a part of their fleet of gig economy workers, and you get paid per gig you complete. You can drive passengers around on behalf of Uber or Lyft or rideshare. You can become a dog sitter on Rover. You can register on Hello Tech in order to install TV mounts. You can also complete gigs for TaskRabbit. There are a myriad of disparate gig economy applications that you can register on, and some of them even provide an immediate payout option. Some of them even provide a same-day payout option. There may be a surcharge or fee incurred for receiving a payout on the day that the revenue is earned, but nonetheless it allows you to generate revenue in an expeditious manner. And it can be beneficent for you to receive an immediate payout, even if you have to incur a surcharge or fee to do so, especially if you have immediate bills to pay. The surcharge that you incur is more than likely infinitesimal relative to a late fee that would be incurred if you paid your immediate bills late. So those are some options for how to rapidly generate revenue post losing an employee job. You could also pursue entrepreneurial pursuits, such as producing videos, archivable live stream broadcasts, songs, podcast episodes, audiobooks, ebooks, custom-made print-on-demand merchandise, online courses, software applications, mobile games, customizable templates, and photos. However, if you choose to pursue entrepreneurial pursuits, then it can take you a substantial amount of time to generate revenue. That could be something that you do on the side. So, to recapitulate, succinctly stated, the bridge version is that pursuing gig economy work opportunities on gig economy applications, as well as accepting gigs as a freelancer on freelance platforms, provide you with ample ways to expeditiously generate revenue post losing a job. Just be wary that working as a gig economy worker and working as a freelancer does not provide you with recurring revenue. It just provides you with short-term relief that is fleeting and ephemeral. It does not allow you to cultivate a behemoth of a brand. It does not allow you to create income-generating assets. And you must understand that the only way to get out of poverty and pull yourself out of the muck and mire in the long haul is to have your income-generating assets generate enough revenue as an aggregate to offset your recurring expenses. You always want your recurring revenue streams to generate enough revenue to offset your recurring expenses. You'd never want your income to be tethered to your time. But since we have immediate bills to pay, and since we need food, sometimes we need to acquiesce to accepting jobs, gigs, as freelancers, or gig economy work opportunities just for a modicum of fleeting, ephemeral, short-lived, short-term relief. However, if time permits, allocate that time, earmark that time into embracing entrepreneurial pursuits so that you could wean yourself off of being dependent on finding clients as a freelancer on freelance platforms or performing gigs for clients as a gig economy worker on gig economy platforms. I hope that you found this video to be insightful and enthralling. Fortunately, in the digital era, there are a multitude of work opportunities out there in which you are not tethered to an employer for income. People prefer to be tethered to an employer for income because it provides them with consistent work opportunities, and they can extrapolate their earnings based on their capped hourly wage. However, the drawback to that is it dispossesses them of their sacrosanct, indispensable, finite, precious time, and it caps their earnings, meaning they'll never be able to actualize their latent potential, and they'll more than likely never be able to reach their higher aspirations and overarching goals, especially if they're dispossessed, bereft, and eviscerated and siphoned out of their sacrosanct, indispensable, finite, precious, invaluable time that they need to have liberated, that they need to have purview over. They want to be able to reach their overarching, ambitious, lofty goals and reach their higher aspirations. But some people are content with never reaching their overarching goals and never reaching their higher aspirations. You should be eager to manifest your you should be eager to actualize your latent potential. You should be eager to manifest the quintessential version of yourself into reality, and you should not settle for insipid mediocrity. Do not settle for less. You can do better. You can ameliorate, enrich, enhance, augment, and significantly improve every facet of your life. You do not need to be an indentured servant to an employer for the remainder of your lifetime. There's far more that you can accomplish that extends far beyond the scope of just working for an employer for an infinitesimal, measly, non-subsistence wage. So, understand that you have options to generate revenue. Do not fret. Do not be trepidatious. Embrace an abundance mindset. Embrace an optimistic outlook on life. You're not pigeonholed into working for an employer. You can be a pioneer of your own destiny. You can manifest a prosperous, abundant, auspicious, blissful future for yourself into reality if you choose to do so. If you choose to undergo the requisite, prudent, anodyne measures to do so, then it can redound to your benefit. So, if you need to generate more revenue, then consider other pathways for success, and do not limit yourself to being siloed into being an indentured servant to an employer in perpetuity. To an employer, lamentably, much to my consternation, much to my dismay, much to my chagrin, much to my agony, much to my distress, and much to my grief, they view their employees as expendable, exploitable, harvestable, capital livestock, and as labor cost liabilities. They believe that their employees are to be harvested for profiteering purposes. It is unfortunate, but it is what it is. They always want to pay you the absolute bare minimum amount of revenue for the absolute maximum amount of time worked. They do not give an iota about your well-being, nor health, nor happiness, nor dignity, nor future wealth. I hope that you found this video to be insightful and enthralling. Have a blissful day. Goodbye.